What's up, guys? It's your girl Monique back with another video. Today I'm going to be answering questions. I asked you guys on Instagram a while ago to ask me anything you want to know. Anything. Everybody sleep. So this is my private time to, truthfully answer these questions and, whatever. I got some Wingstop. I'm doing like low carb, keto type situation. So I got like, oh my God, you guys. You know, people like about to talk about food and their mouth waters they swallow. They're like, oh my God. So watch, listen, when people do that, you're gonna start laughing now that I said that. But so yeah, these, I think they're called like hot honey rub or something like that. I swear they're the best ever. Blue cheese. But look, can't even see it, huh? I don't even know why people do that, but anyways, super good. Let me start off with the questions first. Who is your favorite child? Now, you know I don't answer this question because I just don't answer it because everybody's response is always like, you're not supposed to have a favorite child. You know, they're gonna have mental problems knowing that you have a favorite child. I have a favorite child. My favorite child, you guys probably think it's Bali. No. My favorite child is Brooklyn. She's my first girl. What is this? My first girl. She's like my best friend. We argue like sisters. We're like sisters. Deshay's annoying. Memo's annoying. Bali, all she does is cry all the time. So definitely not my favorite kids. But, and please don't screen record this and make little TikToks out of it. Just watch it, like it, and keep scrolling to the next video. Are you gonna get married to your man? I don't want to be married, to be honest. I love him and all, but I mean, kind of waste of time to be married. And that's all I gotta say about that. Somebody asked, can you please show your feet? My feet are dry right now. I'm not about to do that to myself. And that's not even a question, so I technically don't gotta answer it. I mean, answer is no. Why don't you act your age? LOL. You act like a teenager. You want to fit in with your kids. First of all, I've been wanting to answer this question. Not even wanting to answer this question, but what the hell? How am I supposed to act? Like a old granny? I mean, who determines how anybody's supposed to act? You know? Life is here to live it. You're only as young as you feel. I'm not about to, because I'm 40, 43, I'm about to be like, oh, how are 43-year-olds supposed to act? Let me go put some polyester pants on and go get a cane and let my gray hairs grow in. Act like I don't know anything about like social media. I don't know. I think that's just such a weird statement. Act your age. The hell? Like, you only get one life. How about to waste it trying to... Y'all don't go to like, there's so many women my age that are so successful and just amazing. Like, I think Beyonce's around my age. She's a performer. She's beautiful. She can wear whatever she wants to wear. I mean, granted, she has way more money than me. But I mean, you act as young as you want to be. Nicki Minaj is probably 40. Like, I don't know. It's just so stupid. Y'all want somebody to, like, be in a retirement home already. Why? Is Bali potty trained? Not yet. Not at all. She's still like, well, I'm working on it. I'm introducing her to the pot, but I need to spend more time with that because she throws stuff in there. She hasn't peed not one time on the pot, but I haven't really put her in there like that. Can Bali talk a little bit? How did you and Shaheen meet? Actually, we met a long time ago at this. I used to work in schools. I used to work in special ed. So I worked with special need kids. And one time we had a assembly, and it was a bunch of, oh my, why me? The bone is broke. Every time there's a broken bone, it just throws me off. It makes me think that the chicken was running away and from the person that was going to kill it, and it broke its bone. It fell and broke its bone. Every single time. I can't eat any more of this. Hold on. Okay. Oh, so anyway, like I was saying, he was one of the dancers on stage. It was him. There's this girl in a wheelchair. She's a really good dancer too. It was so cool. They had like this whole dance routine. I don't know the name of the group, but he actually travels, and I don't know if he still does that, but I know he teaches ASL like around. What's one thing you regret? The one thing I regret is probably, I would have to say, having kids. I would have chose not to have any kids. Or if I did have kids, I would have like dated somebody or had kids with like an NFL player or an NBA player, because like I would have been like set for life. Can you imagine 4 kids with like child support? That's like $10,000 each kid. That's $40,000 a month or more, depending on who I would have had a kid with. How do you feel about Brooklyn and Justin getting back together? I honestly think that Brooklyn could have done better. Justin could have done better too. To be honest, they're just like, they're okay. Like, it's kind of one of those things, like when they come around, it's just like, here they come, you know. And they're so like affectionate and stuff in front of me. I would just be like, kind of like, get a room. It's so uncomfortable to watch. Like, did you guys even shower today or brush your teeth? It'd be just so weird and disgusting sometimes. How's Mel Mel? I really don't know. How's your sex life? My sex life is amazing. I have sex probably, and I probably shouldn't be telling you guys this, but maybe like 5 times a day. And usually it's me. So I don't know. Hopefully women my age are getting it in at least 5 times a day. 4 to 5 times a day. If I go one day without, I'm like depressed. But maybe that'll change when I'm like 80. I don't. Why do you let Brooklyn run over you? You guys really think she runs over me? Because when these cameras turn off, I'm nice in front of the camera. When the camera's on, like, I'm smart enough to know I can't beat her ass while the video is recording. So I'm gonna act a certain way, but when the cameras are off, it gets crazy. So don't believe that she just runs over me. Like, that's not. You guys only see what you see when I press record. If there's a bunch of people vlogging and the cameras are on, why would I knock her face off? Why would I do that if people are recording? No, she gonna say what she need to say, and I'm gonna be like looking around, and I'm gonna be like, okay. As soon as this camera's off, I'll be like, you think I forgot about what you did? You think I forgot about what you did in the kitchen when I was cooking? Huh? You think I forgot? Them slick ass comments you made to me during prayer, you think I forgot? Get in the room. Go grab the belt. She knows what's up. How old are you? Well, on paper, I'm 43. But I'm really 62. But like I said, don't screen record this because I'm just being honest with you guys. Why so distant nowadays? Real curious. Oh, I haven't. Yeah, I don't really post that much. I don't really do a lot of videos that much. The goal is to do it, but I shouldn't be saying this though. I have this like gut problem, and I can't like stay off the toilet. So I have constant diarrhea when I'm not like having sex. I'm on the toilet. So I don't know what I took, but like, I don't know. I took some like L-glutamine or something like that. But I don't know if that's what it is, but yeah, it's been having me go and go and go and go, and I don't have time to record. Like, I'll go to record, and like as I'm driving, I gotta turn back around and go home and use the bathroom. So that's kind of annoying sometimes. So I'm trying to eat more cheese to make myself more constipated so it can kind of balance itself out. Are you gonna have more kids? I didn't want to because my doctor told me like not to have any more because my uterus is like super. I have a lot of scar tissue on my uterus, and even after Brooklyn, they were like, no, don't have any more. But then when, you know, like having a kid 17 years later, it's like maybe that kind of repaired itself somehow. So same thing, I had her during the surgery. I had a C-section. The doctor's like, don't do this again, Monique. Like, she literally came around the curtain, like as I'm like, ow, 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 like we're like happy, the baby, we hear the baby crying. She comes around the corner, she's like I'm serious, don't ever do this again. I'm like, bro, you're like messing my moment up. Like, I wish I could have got that on camera. That was like the rudest thing ever. Like, don't ever do this again. Do what? Produce life? The heck? Like, or what? You didn't tell me what was gonna happen. Am I gonna die, or is it too much work for you, or like I don't know. I don't know why she said that. So maybe I'll have a couple more. So Bali can have some friends, because she really doesn't have any friends. When are you gonna stop giving Bali the pacifier? When she's ready to get off. I stayed on, all my kids stayed on until they were like, I think Deshae was the longest. He stayed on until he was like 11. But like only at nighttime. He only took it at nighttime. Mel stayed on till he was like 4 or 5. Brooklyn she sucked her finger, so she really didn't take the pacifier. But you know, when she can talk to me and say, I don't want this shit no more, then whatever. But I'm not gonna strip it from her. Like, that's the only thing she has to like make herself feel comfortable. Well, she's laying down watching Gracie's Corner. Do you prefer to be single right now? Not necessarily. If it were my, like, not my choice, but if I could, I would be in like a polygamous relationship. I would have like more of us. That would be kind of fun if we had like, because I love Mike, but then I also want someone else that's here too, that I'm in a relationship with, and we can all like if I don't want to cook one morning, she can cook. I want her to be like Haitian, so she can like cook good Haitian food and stuff like that, because I'm sorry, but it's so hard. I love Haitian food, but it's so hard to cook like Jamaican food, Haitian food, your guys' food. I'm talking to the Haitian people and the Jamaican island people. You guys make your spices and your seasonings from scratch. So they'll say like, oh, the recipe calls for a green sauce. You can't go to the store and buy a green sauce. You have to go to the supermarket, buy all these ingredients, peppers, specific peppers, onions, specific everything, blend them together. Blend all these things together after you went to 5 different stores to buy these specific things. Blend them all together, put it in a jar, and that's your seasoning. That's the seasoning. So you use that seasoning. And sometimes it's just so hard to make, but the food is so good. So if I could have Haitian food every day, griot every day, I would eat it. But I just can't cook it. And for some reason, it's so hard. Yeah, so I would have like more people in our relationship of different ethnic backgrounds, so we can have different food and different stuff. It would be fun. Are you going to take a couple's vacation this year? Yes, I want to. Hopefully if we can get more I have to talk to Mike about it. I've never talked to him about being in an open relationship with other people. I mean, I don't know if he would be okay with it. He might be. But we never talked about it. That's just something that personally I've always wanted to do. How did you know Mike was the one for you? I knew because there's a lot of reasons. But first of all, he was into God. I knew that was why. Like if we had any kind of problems, or just even in our friendship, like he would want to pray about it. Or he's just very patient with like Brooklyn, very patient with like Deshae, and like, they were a little bit younger at the time. But yeah, those teenage years that he came into my life when they were like in their teenage years, that probably the hardest years of my life, he came in and kind of just, smoothed everything out. He like, provided some balance and some structure and stuff like that. Because just me alone, in my previous relationship before Mike, there was no structure. Like, I pretty much not ran the whole house, but pretty much ran the whole house. And the kids ran the house because, I can only do so much, so I don't know, it's just kind of, he's a good teammate, he's a good team player. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And he's always asking how I'm doing. Am I okay? Like, always. Like, if anybody is friends with Mike, that's one thing he does, is make sure you're good. Like, are you okay? He's a good person to talk to. Were you ever interested in Dub before you started dating Mike? That's funny that anybody ever answered that question. That anybody ever asked me that question, because I had the hugest crush on Dub before. Like it was like a long time ago. Like before I even knew about Britney. It was like I think he had posted something, and he was just so, he was like a big gummy bear, like I like dark skinned guys already. So it was just like, and he was chubby. He had this like baller belly and stuff. So I was like, dang, I didn't know DDG's brother was so fine, I didn't know Deshae's hanging around the finest one. And they were just like, I would literally watch those videos because of Dub. Just like when he would tell these jokes, the way he laughed, his like double chin was like, oh, in the mukbangs, I was addicted to watching him eat for some reason. That's just like turned me on. But Brittany is my friend, so she knows about this. So it's all love. I didn't know anything about him having like even a kid or anything at the time. It's just watching videos. But no, Dub is like, he's like my brother. Dang, that's crazy. Anybody asked me that. I never even. Dang, you guys are getting some. It's probably the realest Q&A I've ever done. How are you so comfortable hearing and talking about your kids and your sexual life to each other? I feel they're grown. My mom was pretty open with me about stuff. I mean, we're human. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they're my kids. Like, they're my kids. They're human and they're adults. Like, me and my mom and my sisters, we do the same thing. Like, my dad's side of the family, they're Filipino. They're super strict. They don't talk about stuff like that. And I've always felt like uncomfortable because we don't talk about anything. Like, nothing that involves like real life situations. Like, I never, like, if my dad breaks up with his girlfriend, I never ask him why, because he's gonna be like, oh, never mind, he's not gonna tell me. So, my mom's always been more real with me about stuff, and it kind of, it's good because, like, who else are they gonna talk to? I was reading this thing that says like, oh, you have kids but they don't belong to you. You show them the way as they grow up. You show them the way and you just help guide them and keep them safe, but they don't belong to you. They're their own people, so I just look at it like that. What else? Dream wedding, describe it. So I want it to be, it's not, this is, okay, so I grew up in a Baptist church. So this is how I imagine my wedding to be. It's not going to be like what you guys think, but so the church is small. We have pews, like probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No more than 10 in each row. Little Bibles are in the front. And I want the old senior citizens choir to be singing like an old hymn. And then I'm going to walk into that. Me and my husband are going to walk in and we're going to be marching side to side, like holding hands like this. And then we're going to have like this routine to where we like and then back to holding hands. And I don't want my dad to walk me in because, like I said, he's awkward and just quiet. I want to walk in with my husband. I think it should be like that. Like, I don't know. But I want to do that. And then I want to, like, not the reception, just the wedding. So then once that happens and the music stops, I want an old reverend, and be like, we are gathered here today. I want that feel, And I want there to be a break where everyone can just like stop. And I want someone to pass out little snacks, because no one gets snacks during weddings. Like a cake pop or something. Just one little cool snack. Pass down a cake pop at the end of each pew. Like, everyone take one, you know. And then when they say, I pronounce you husband and wife, everyone takes a bite of their cake pop and throws the sticks in the air. And that's like a dream wedding for me, because it's like, you know, everyone does some boring traditional stuff. That's actually fun, and it's not going to cost $1 million. What's one thing you taught your kids and another thing you wish you had taught them? I taught my kids how to let me think. What's one thing? One thing I taught my kids is how to be independent. Yeah, one thing I taught my kids is how to be independent. And one thing I wish I taught them was to not care what people think. Because I noticed, like, sometimes you would be like, it does have a, like, it does have a, if you're like asking a kid, you send them to school in something like fly, be like, oh, okay, got new Jordans, blah, blah, blah. Send them to school in Jordans. They come back home, and you be like, oh, what the kids say. You're subconsciously telling them that it matters what other people think about them, you know. And I did that a lot to my kids, you know, because I wanted them to, especially with like Deshay, because I wanted him to like feel like, because he was bullied at one point in time in elementary school. So I made sure, like, okay, I was like, all right, well, I have the means to make him like a cool kid. Like, in elementary, who cares what you wear and stuff like that? But kids are mean. Like, the better you dress and the better clothes and shoes you have, they feel you're important and they're nicer to you, which is the stupidest thing I ever heard of. And I wish I would have not even let him care what people thought about him and let him build that type of resistance. So, and then it carries on to social media too, you know, like, you care what people think. You put on a nice fit, you take a picture of it, you want a lot of likes and comments. You know, I also wish that I taught them, like, not to, like, when you go somewhere, my grandparents always taught me, my Filipino grandparents, if we were going to a party where there was like a lot of food, she would feed us before we left, you know. I hated that, because I'm like, Lola, we're about to go where there's so much lumpia here. There's so much, they made some ribs, they made some adobo, like, there's rice, there's all this food, you know, that I don't want to eat now, because I'm not going to be hungry when I get there. And she's like, that's the point. I wish I would have taught my kids that, because I didn't feed them before we go places. We go places and they start crying, I'm hungry if the food's not ready. Like, they start devouring up food and fighting over it and stuff like that, and running in line to go who's first and snatching each other's. Like, I wish I would have taught them better. What's your favorite drink? Milk. White, full fat goat's milk. I love it so much. If you were a Muslim for a day, what would you do? That's a good question. If I was a Muslim for a day, like wearing like a scarf and stuff, that's actually a good idea to do, like a public experiment. I don't really know what I would do for a day if I was a Muslim, because, I mean, I feel like I already do like good stuff. You know? When is your birthday? My birthday's today, actually. You guys, so I'll put my Cash App inside of the description. You guys can send me a Cash App if you want, but don't request. I hate when I do stuff like that. Don't request money from me. Just send it to me so I could, you know, have a lit birthday today. 64. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? In 5 years? Whoa, I just saw 3 kids in 5 years. So I think I'm gonna have 2 more kids. So probably 5 years I'll have 3 kids. YouTube, I don't even know if there's gonna be YouTube in 5 years like that. Yeah, I'll probably just be like, I'll probably be smoking weed. I do want to smoke weed because I feel like with 3 more kids, I'm gonna need like to be relaxed. You know, like I want to vibe out somehow. And right now, I don't do anything. I barely drink. When I'm stressed out, I just don't do anything. I just want to do something, like smoke or something, to make me feel like, you know, like right now I just like eat. I just ate and freaking bones were broken in the chicken. That was disgusting. But anyway, you guys, I got to get back to the day. I love you guys. Anyways, guys, my my camera just cut off because I guess it was too hot inside. But guess what? April Fools. Most of those questions were all cap. I was just joking. I was joking about the dub thing, about my kids being my favorite, all that stuff. A few things I was serious about, but usually pretty much all lies. Got your asses.